What's up, everyone? Welcome to the first ever UTM Podcast, your new go-to podcast for sick beats and dope video games. I don't know if there was one you were going to before, but this is the one you go to now. Every month, don't miss it. My name is Nathan, aka Young Trashman, aka Lil Water Glock, and I'll be hosting this show with my co-hosts, one of them being Josh, aka Ambassador of Keijo, aka Young Diva Worship. How you doing?
No, I'm alright.
What you been up to, Josh?
Playing Overwatch, and that's about it. About
Sick.
a year late, but whatever.
Hey, I'm doing the same thing. Joining us at the big boy table is Connor, aka Conman, aka Sassman Jones.
Hey,
How's everything going?
going alright, thanks.
How was your dog walking?
Actually kind of annoying. My dog's a jerk.
Shout out George. We also have Rich, aka Spirit of Otter, aka Young Safe Man. What is up, my dude?
Not much, mate. Just been playing Resident Evil 7.
I need to cop that still.
It's not very spooky yet, but time will
How
tell.
can it be Resident Evil but no spooks?
I don't know.
Mate,
Maybe I
did you
just
play
have
Resident
too much
Evil
resistance.
6?
No spoilers.
Right,
No, that game was a piece of shit.
Spoiler alert, that is our last guest, Joe, aka Backwards Holter, aka the Nippon Don. How you feeling out there on the internet? You good?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I am 11 because I am great.
Oh, sick
having a good day as
reference
well.
to that film.
That was positive.
What film? Titanic?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Titanic, sure.
Wow, I
there
think
was
that joke's,
plenty of space on
that
that
joke's
painting.
gonna get us banned.
If anyone's going to get banned, it's going to be you, Connor.
Alright, on this first show, we're going to share our most anticipated albums and games. We'll be discussing what there is to look forward to in an otherwise pretty bleak looking year, I think it's fair to say.
Bleak as fuck.
Not looking forward to this year, TBH. Alright, we'll start with albums. I'll go first, and I'm going to surprise literally no one with any of my picks. Alright, you ready for this?
Sure.
Right, so my three picks is Earl Sweatshirt, Kanye West, and Gorillaz.
Wow.
I am taken aback.
Who is surprised by any of those?
What
I'm
else?
surprised by Gorillas.
I was a little surprised by Gorilla.
Okay, fair enough.
I
But then
wasn't.
I remember
The
that
other
you
two.
really enjoyed Plastic Beach, so...
I like
That's what I'm
Plastic
saying.
Beach.
Hey, it's a tight album. Alright, Josh, what are your three?
My three are Travis Scott, Astro World, Big Sean, I Decided, and Brockhampton, TBA.
I can't believe Travis Scott is releasing an album called Astro Boy. It's my
That's-
favourite anime.
That's not what.
That's a
The
weird
first
title.
anime.
No, that is definitely what it's called.
Damn.
Remember when me and Mars were laughing at Joe once because he looks like Astro Boy?
What?
This is bullying.
He doesn't look. Nah, I mean, I reckon Connor. I think you look a bit like Astro Boy.
I'm looking forward to that Brockhampton album. Or
I
mixtape,
Cool.
Didn't
whatever
know
it
that
is.
was happening, but cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
They kind of like low-key announced it. Kevin tweeted out a video that was a new song and then said, hey, this is going to be on the next Brockhampton tape.
Well, I fucking missed that, so...
Yeah, I have no idea about that.
Connor, what about your picks? What are yours?
I on one of the same boats as Josh. I picked Travis Scott, Astro World as well. I
Ooh.
picked
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy.
Thundercat, Drunk, and Saint Vincent, TBA.
You don't sound sure about that last one.
TBA?
I mean,
Oh
she
my
hasn't
God.
told anyone the title, so
Wait, what was your second one?
Thundercat, Drunk.
Okay, I've seen, I think, like Flylo's tweeted it out, Thundercat tweeted it out, but there's a picture of, I think it's Thundercat slightly submerged underwater. Is that what the cover is?
That's
Yes,
the
that's the
album
cover.
cover,
yeah.
It looks cool.
Okay, that's dope. I love album covers that feature people in water.
I also
That's-
love
it's my
any
favourite.
picture of Thundercat because he is a whimsical looking man. He always has such a goofy or happy look on his face.
He's like, oh, you remember that video of Flylo doing thingy live?
Yeah,
That track
I'm
and-
drunk
and-
as
and-
fuck.
Yeah, I'm drunk.
Was
as
that in
fuck.
was that in Paris or something?
That was in
Oh,
Paris,
yeah.
and Thundercat
Yes.
was just waved
And crowd
100%.
That was great. What a guy. Can't wait for his album. Cool.
Rich, what about you?
I only had 2 albums because I'm fucking pleb. I do not like really find out about albums until like a week before they come out. But
Yeah.
so my first one is Imaginary Forces, has yet to be named. It's cool. He's a cool guy. He's this
Who?
Imaginary Forces, exactly.
I think I've heard Dead End Hip Hop talk about him.
Yeah, he's been getting pretty prominent. I wrote a feature about him when I was at Hyponic this summer. He's kind of an old school raver kind of guy. He makes this weird experimental kind of noise stuff. He doesn't like the term noise being applied to it. But...
Maybe you should stop being so noisy then.
Yeah, we should-
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not tell him.
He's a funny guy. He's very cynical on Facebook. He's like a cynical old man. But
I
he's
could get
putting
behind
together. He's putting together. Yeah, I thought you could, Nathan. I thought you would. But now he's putting together this cool album, which is kind of going to be a mix of his sort of industrial, techno-y, drum and bassy kind of noise productions with a bunch of new school MCs over. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it because I really like his music and he's got a really strong lineup of grime MCs on it as well. He's got Killer P for it.
Killer P is a done.
Killer
What's
P.
your second one?
My second one is Pharmacon's Contact. It's going to be released on David Lynch's Sacred Bones, and it's about trance, but not about the music trance. Is it
Where is it a concept album about trance?
trance-like states apparently, and sort of transcendence?
Oh, like fugue
Shit.
states and
Yeah, fugue states, exactly. To be honest,
I don't even know what that means, but it
about-
sounds cool.
Pharmacon is she's my waifu. Ever since I heard, ever since I heard Abandon, I just empathized. I've not been touched by an album like that since. I don't think it was great.
Sounds like you've not been touched by anyone for a very long time, Rich. Oh man! All right.
it's true.
I guess 2 of us were hyped
What about
for
Joe?
Travis Scott. Oh, yeah. Oh, Joe, I forgot you again. I'm so sorry.
Wow, I'm noticing a theme here.
I've literally forgot about this guy, like in
Uh.
every context for the past, I don't know, 6 months. I'm really sorry.
I exist.
What you do? What are your picks?
Well, they're not going to surprise anyone here, probably.
Okay, jump in my predictable boat too.
I don't know if you guys know about this guy called No Rome. He's a Filipino artist, and he's very cool. He's releasing an album later this year. Doesn't have a title or anything yet, but when I talked to him, he said, yeah, it's coming. So I'm looking forward to that. Dylan Brady is supposed to be having a new album out this year, and that should be cool. And the only album that's been officially announced of the 3 is Mount Eerie, Crow Looked at Me, which is coming out in March, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah, that
shout
looks
out
awesome.
for Lil
Yeah, that looked great. I caught the opening track of that.
Good guy. Yeah.
I've been so distant from music, I didn't know half of these things were coming out, and I feel proper trashed now.
If you're not prepared, don't listen to that song, by the way, because
It's
Oh, I'm not going to be prepared.
heavy subject matter.
it's heavy. Yeah,
Yeah.
very
Is it?
heavy.
Is it like that album he did, like, way back when?
Well, did you know what happened to him personally last year?
Yeah, I know what happened with all that, so I'm guessing it's going to be pretty emotional.
Well, the song's called Real Death.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Yeah, so pretty heavy and very,
Yeah.
very direct. So
Cathartic albums are always fucking great.
shame about how they're made, though.
No, it is.
Yeah. Okay, that's made me sad, so let's talk about Travis Scott instead. Seeing
It's
as...
lit.
That's lit, yeah. Straight up.
Alright, so who was it? Connor and Josh are excited for
Yes.
this one.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was coming out, obviously.
It
'cause
got
I
announced
didn't
before
pay
Birds in the
attention.
Trap came out. He announced them both at the same time. He said Birds in the Trap's coming this year, Astro World's next year. Which
Well,
is
didn't he announce
planning
Astro
in
World
advance.
beforehand?
I
Like,
thought
he
they were
was like-
announced at the same time, but
Because I remember him saying something about Astro World at a show, and then he was like, "Oh, Birds in the Trap," which led me to believe that Birds in the Trap was made very quickly because he was like, "Oh, sugar,
Well, it got rushed towards the end for sure.
Yeah,
It definitely
Birds in the
seems like it was quickly made because it's all very similar-ish.
Yeah, Birds in the Trap seemed like he was like, well, I should probably put something out this year. Astro Boy's going to be too ambitious.
Remember when people put
That's
albums
how-
out like
I'd
every
rather have
3
Too
years?
Ambitious than kind of have Travis on autopilot, because that's what I like about his projects, that they're kind of Frankenstein-esque.
The last thing I listened to was Rodeo. Like, what?
Hmm.
Radio was
is-
good, very good.
But what's happened since then? That's the
Uh,
last.
He released a new album. It was quite different from Rodeo in a sense.
But
It
also not in some
Yeah,
sense as well.
it wasn't. It definitely wasn't like you know how Rodeo was just banger after banger after banger.
Yeah,
This
yeah, yeah.
this was not. There was not many like straight up bangers on it.
Connor's deep analysis there.
That's how we critically analyse albums on the show.
It was a good
That's,
album.
I mean,
but
yeah.
yeah,
I didn't really
Less
know
variety.
Travis Scott before, and then Rodeo. I wouldn't want to listen to him if he's not doing a banger. You know what I mean? Like that's Travis Scott for me now.
There
Oh,
are
if
some
you didn't
bangers
li-
on it. Pick up the phone. You need
If
to
you didn't
listen
listen to him before that, before that he was collaborating with the 1975.
Oh my God, really? Why?
Yeah.
Do... I wish that you hadn't have just told me that. To be honest, Joe.
I am
not.
very sorry. I'll take it all back.
Thank you.
Don't
I
worry,
now
Astro
have
Boy's on the
unknown
way.
that.
We can
I'm
forget
not going to
that.
be able to call it. What is it? Astro World. I'm just going to
Astro
call it
World,
Astro
yeah.
Boy because Astro Boy is a lot easier to remember.
I mean, iconic.
Memorable character from Glorious Nippon.
thanks Nippon Don.
But yeah, there are some like offcuts floating around of Travis Scott on like YouTube, and he keeps posting things on Snapchat. There's a song called Left Cheek, Right Cheek, which sounds really cool. It's got Jeremiah on it.
That's
It's
how it
about
was.
Which, yeah, what cheeks are we talking?
I would presume ass cheeks, but
Oh, okay.
considering
Because I was
the
thinking
song.
maybe like a double slap kind of thing on the face, like that was maybe what it was. But no, it's about butts.
Cheek for a cheek, bum
It's
for a
about
bum.
cheeks, yeah. But it's cool. It sounds like the stuff that was on Days Before Rodeo, but kind of reined in and made into actual songs rather than just kind of shit for another wall. to be
Yeah,
to be
Days
nice.
Before Radio kind of just sounded like he was like, this sounds cool.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
he
exactly.
forgot to structure them.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully this will sound cool.
You know,
Is it-
hopefully it's well put together too, because that was
Yeah.
the point we were making.
Has it got like a confirmed date, Astro World?
No.
Probably like
He's
Any-
doing a
any,
lot
like,
of touring. I
features?
don't think it'll be towards the end of the year. Features, who knows?
probably hopefully better than the last one.
He was on the last one.
Who's doing that with a can?
I don't know. It sounds kind of it's like a whoop 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 whoop.
Yeah,
Rich,
that's
is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Stop!
I don't have a stand for my mic. That's it.
I don't know. I don't think Travis Scott needs features though. I feel like he's kind of absorbed everyone, like
Yeah,
Martin
that
Blue
is
or
true.
something.
Yeah.
So
He
he's just
assimilates.
everyone
But
now.
at the same
He's like Seth on Street Fighter 4. Does anyone play Street Fighter 4, or is that just a Steve
How
Wilson?
about-
Okay, forget it. Forget
He's
it.
Ditto from Pokemon.
There we go. Mimikyu, yeah, Mimikyu.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
up to date reference, Josh.
Yeah.
But
Mate,
I don't know. Like on Radio, the features are kind of what made a lot of that, though. Like,
yeah.
you think of like Sway Lee and who else?
I mean,
Shout
yeah.
out Sway Lee.
Future,
shout out Sway
and
Lee.
2 Chainz and stuff.
Travis
two-
Scott
yeah,
isn't
two-
on the
yeah.
Swang remix. I'm gonna march up to Inscope Records and tell them how to do their jobs properly.
you tell him, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna drum on Eardrummer's door.
What was Joe? What was your first one? That you were excited
No
for?
Rome.
No Rome. Okay, tell me more about this guy, because obviously I don't think any of us know who that is.
I've seen his name on
Uh,
Pigeons and Planes, I think, twice or something.
Well, I.
That was me. I wrote about it. That's what I was about to say.
Sounds great.
Because yeah,
Already excited.
I talked to him about I did a little feature on him highlighting his music because he released a song, and I know that you know about the person that he sampled on the song, Nathan. He sampled Lontalius,
Yeah,
the dude from New Zealand, and
hmm
yeah, he kind of.
Is that how you found him? Like,
I found him because Lontalius like retweeted it saying this is amazing, basically.
Oh, okay.
So what happened is he sampled him, but he didn't tell him that he was sampling him until it was like a week before it was out, and he was like, "Hey, I sampled you on this song. Is that okay?" And then Lontalius was like, "Yeah, sure."
I mean, if that was someone less cool about it, that could have gone wrong. But
that could have gone very wrong.
Glad to hear it turned out right.
He describes he used to describe his music as shoegaze R&B, which is like a very good descriptor because he would like slaver his vocals in reverb, and the production would be very kind of off kilter a lot of the time, like weird use of samples but it was structured like a pop song. So I'm just very excited to hear what he's doing, because this song that he released, Flowers on My Neck, is like one of my favorite songs I've heard of the year so far, even though I think it actually came out last year. 27th of December.
Don't worry about it, that's close enough to 2017.
If it's past Christmas, it's 2017 to me.
Music ends on December the 1st, according to music magazines. And...
Oh yeah, that's true. Albums of the year.
Oh my god, I saw so many early ones, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they started in fucking mid-November.
Huh?
They started in fucking mid-November.
Yeah, it was mad. I had a terrible year. I couldn't even tell you like 3 albums that came out last year. Music died for me.
Honestly, I struggled really bad when it came to picking like albums of the year.
Yeah, I usually draw up like a vague albums of the year and then never write it, but this year I just didn't.
I think it's because albums are kind of dying off.
Like, streaming just made music so disposable a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I just kind of forget about things. I just listen to it and I'm like, that's okay, I'll listen to it again, and then never listen to it again.
Just go on iTunes, like Apple Music on a Friday and be like, these albums are out, I listen to them. See you next Friday.
I mean, as long as you have the streaming services, it's just so easy to listen to everything. Like, you can listen to albums you don't care about. I listened to Kalani's album today.
How's that?
Yeah, I don't care about it still.
I heard Escape. I thought that was quite a cool song, but
she's cool, but her album is 18 tracks long, and I'm not here for that.
For fuck's sake.
No long albums in 2017. Stop them.
Has already been ruined by
please
2 people.
Yeah, one of the people I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
This No Rome album, does that have a release date, Joe?
No. It might not even end up coming out this year, honestly.
Damn.
But he said that he wants to release his debut album this year, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'm hopeful that it will happen.
That's cool.
Nice.
That's cool.
He's hoping to sign to a label because he lives in Manila in the Philippines, and he wants to, because he sings in English, he wants to get his music out to a wider audience outside of the Philippines.
I mean, that's entirely possible now. Like, it's crazy. Like, channels like 88 Rising and stuff, like, that's just... I'm seeing a whole world that I wouldn't have even cared about before, do you know what I mean? Like, rap outside of America.
You need to check out
UK
Icelandic
rap.
It's crazy.
I'm not checking out any Icelandic rap.
Yeah. But didn't Bam Margera get, like...
Icelandic is such a majestic language. It's like, you don't care what they're saying, it just sounds cool.
Bam Margera got beaten up by an Icelandic rap crew as well.
With
Anyone
what?
hear about that?
Oh, yeah. That I don't know what.
What am I mixing it up with?
What?
No,
Bam Margera got beaten up by an Icelandic rap crew, so big up Icelandic. Fair play.
I feel sad for that guy.
Punch a skater.
Yeah, he died last year, don't you remember?
Rip. Okay, one of mine. Well, actually, I guess one of mine isn't like confirmed as well. Sweatshirt. He said like, I think it was in like September last year, like on Twitter. I've got the tweet here. He said, "Gonna drop a stupid fucking album eventually." So I'm guessing that's
all
this
the
year.
PR he needs.
And
wasn't his last one like in 2014 or something?
No, it was the end of 2000. Oh, it was this year, wasn't it? Last year?
No, it was the beginning of 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
Nah,
like shit, I don't go outside.
Really?
Nathan's motto in
Yeah.
life.
That is literally, I don't like doing anything, leave me alone. That's my quote now.
Nathan's like those girls that watch New Girl and like, the show is me, but for our Sweatshirt albums.
Yeah, you got a problem? You want to go, son?
This album
Oh
is
man,
so
I really
me.
hope you don't say that to his first album.
Oh. Nah, his first album was okay when it came out because we were all young and stupid, but now, nah, not so much.
It's not as good
But-
as old.
Now you're old and depressed.
But the last thing Earl did was that balance track for Adult Swim singles.
Yeah, and it was such a tease. It was like a minute long.
Actually, it was chill though. Like it was wildly different to I don't like doing stuff. Get out of here, mum.
It
stuff,
reminds me
you know
of
what I mean?
when he was still away for ages, and then Tyler released a sneaky track called "Ass" that was by Earl, and it was like a minute long, and everyone was going crazy for it.
Damn.
That sounds
Yeah.
like that era of those guys.
Yeah, Ass Milk is another track that.
Yep, not great.
No. But yeah, that balance track, I'd rather him do that kind of stuff. Obviously, like it was knowledge, as well, so it was more chill. But I don't want the whole like introverted kind of, the echoey kind of. I don't want it no more. I'm trying to be more social. I'm trying to get outside and see sunlight and shit. So I want to hear some more stuff like that.
You
So
want
I
him to
would-
collaborate with Pitbull and Flowrider and make a summer banger.
That's exactly what I
That's what
want.
you want them
Make
to
a
do.
number one banger.
Florida.
I'll switch it.
Mr. Worldwide.
So
Miami.
Do you think like Earl's trying to make something a bit more I don't really know what the word is, but it
Positive.
seems like a bit friendlier almost.
Optimistic.
Yeah, well,
I can see him. That often happens. Like a lot of artists that have previously been really depressing kind of end up doing that, don't they?
I mean, it wasn't.
change.
Well, I guess on how. Yeah, well, it wasn't depressing for me. It was more
It was
relatable.
yeah, it was just very
Like-
dark.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
very
exactly.
dark.
It's dark.
But I think he is. I think he's trying to do more stuff. Like he's been tweeting a lot on on stuff that matters to him and stuff that I think he literally said in one tweet, I'm trying to get out and like be more social. And I was thinking that could make for a good album. So
Is it unreasonable to say he's like the new MF Doom?
Possibly.
Yeah, because shut up. You've been saying that for years.
Have I?
Yeah, well, a lot of people have. Everyone's like, oh, he's like MF Doom, but like young and.
And
Do you know what I mean?
Why
But,
can't he just be
fun.
himself?
We've got
MF
the old
Doom
Yeah.
is
Doom
so
still.
serious all the time. All he raps about is food.
I love food. That's why Food is my favorite album. All that food. Nah, but yeah, that comparison's always gonna get made, I think. But I don't mind that like too much because
He doesn't sound exactly like him. I just
No,
think it's
no.
kind of the production approach he uses a lot of the time.
I think it's more as like wordplay and stuff. Like, because Doom's always
He's a lot
Doing, like-
sleepier than Doom, though.
yeah, but Doom's kind of sleepy as well. But yeah, that's I mean, yeah, I'm surprised no one by saying Earl, but that's the number one thing I'm looking forward to.
Nice.
Rich, what was yours? Your first one?
Imaginary Forces and
That's it.
and Pharmacon.
Is it anything like Imagine Dragons?
I was gonna say Dragon Force.
When he just
Imaginary Dragon Force. Oh my
When it-
Oh
god.
my god, we've
Whoa.
come up with a
Imaginary
new band, cover band.
Right.
Let's do it.
I
Damn.
can't believe we've been making up
What, a
Imagine
Dragon Force
Dragons all this
cover
time.
I'm gonna have to get some serious practice in. We're all gonna have to get really good at playing really fast.
Mate, it's
Play
not hard.
drums.
Mate,
not that hard,
100%
man.
expert on Guitar Hero 3. Easy.
I completed it on hard through the Fire and Flames.
My brother
That's-
completed
that's-
it on expert. He was
Okay, well
dope at that
that's
Yeah, but Nate,
brother
you couldn't
beat
even
me.
complete easy the other day on anything.
what you on about.
On
My
Guitar Hero.
drum set was broke.
Yeah, excuses.
Yeah. That's what all drummers
Oh,
say.
my drum set was broke. Oh.
I sent that back. It was broke. Anyway, Imaginary Dragon Force.
Imaginary Dragon Force, yeah. I hope he actually doesn't hear this.
yeah.
What,
I was
Herman
gonna
Lee's
say.
gonna listen to this podcast?
I'm gonna keep this one fucking quiet as shit.
Nah, come on, tell us.
Yeah,
what is
it's
this?
going to be. Personally, this year I was really worried about vocal grime, because especially for the new wave of grime MCs, I felt it was kind of stagnating a little bit. I think just generally because of people's attitudes in the grime scene to releasing and to doing tunes, because it's not. I think a lot of people tend to want to go on radio, or they just want to play live shows, because it is kind of a how do you put it? Anachronistic. It's an anachronistic kind of genre, in which people don't. I don't think people want to necessarily. It's more about having fun. It's more about expressing
Well,
yourself.
it's never really been about releasing albums, has it?
No, exactly. No, I mean most of the best. It's kind of a genre that doesn't really work on album particularly well. Wiley's new one was really good though.
I didn't check it out.
I wasn't expecting.
Calculated.
Oh my god, let's never speak of that album again. It got so many like 10 out of 10s. Oh, this album's great, but listening to it, it's not great. It's not
Numbers
great.
was
Why
the worst
do people
song of
lie?
last year.
Mate, confirmed. Like, for real, I hate that song.
It's gonna win a Brit next month.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's the hat trick.
Calculated.
So is this album confirmed?
It is confirmed, yeah. It's mostly finished from what I've heard. There's going to be Killer P, Saint P, no relation, Lyrical Stratty, Quam, and Darko Strife are all the MCs that I know are on. And if you're into sort of like newer era of grime, that's a fucking solid lineup. And they're all MCs, I think, that aren't just about like bars. They're not just about, I'm going to go and beat someone up. I'm fucking all this and that, like, or I'm on the road. It's a much more intellectual, well, I say intellectual, like a much more sophisticated set of MCs to be going over.
Oh, so it's like the J. Cole of grime.
Possibly. This is just, memes.
I hope it's not J. Cole of grime, because I don't want to hear like a grime MC rapping about fucking jacking off in math class.
It's golden clay.
But it's cool because the whole instrumental side of grime has kind of gone everywhere this year. And even in 6 months, it's crazy because just everything has kind of become a lot more. There's just been so much more experimentation and so much more innovation in the genre, and it's kind of cool to see an album with MCs on it that's going to actually be kind of innovative. There was kind of a taster of it last year. There was a session on Radar with Imaginary Forces with some of the MCs that I've just mentioned. That was sick. It didn't sound like anything else as far as grime goes.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Not always a good thing, but mostly a good thing in grime because it gets stale pretty quickly. As soon as one thing works, everyone hops on it, and it gets boring.
And also the thing with a lot of these MCs is that some of them are quite political, and that could go either way, as we all know. But
yeah,
it's gonna kind of be a darker sort of more industrial, minimal atmosphere. And so yeah, I'm really interested for it. I'm also interested to see what Killer P does. Probably just whack a banger out. To be fair, he's killed it this year.
Killing it for years.
Well, now this year especially, I feel like maybe he stopped smoking weed or something, because this year he's fucking been everywhere. Even 2 years ago, it would have been difficult to find bare tunes by him, but this year
That's true.
He's kind of blown up. But yeah,
maybe people rediscovered Skeng.
I think it did get. Skeng got really bad last year. There were just so many shitty tech house MCs remixing it in it. Like, there was just so many videos last year being dropped at festivals and whatnot, sort of ironically. And that tune has been played to fucking death.
Well, I've not noticed it being rinsed, so I'm still happy that I can hold it in.
The only time I heard it at a rave this year was at Boomtown, which is kind of a fucking pleb festival if you ask me. But I think just because, it's just because of the sheer amount of people that go, you have really cool like niche kind of weird music that you never heard before, and you will also just have bait tunes.
You just have Ketty monstrosities tagging along for no fucking reason. Though.
Shout out the Ketty monstrosities.
Yeah, I always hear people talking about Boomtown, and I assume like they're more like people would go to like Lee Festival or something.
No, it's just mostly
they
people
grew up and took Ket now.
Yeah, it's mostly people just buying Ket
mate,
off
it was
the
I
internet.
wouldn't say it was quite on the level
The
of
dark
Lee
web
Festival this year. Like we were camping next to like two opposing gangs, and there was a point at which riot police sort of turned up to stop them throwing chairs at each other across the campsite. So I wouldn't say it's quite on the level of V Festival yet. Yeah, a couple of people got stabbed. It was pretty.
The War of Boomtown was won with chairs.
Anyway, Connor, what's an album you're looking forward to?
I put Thundercat Drunk, his new album.
I like drinking.
Good. I like drinking too, and also that album cover is tight.
Yes.
Did you put it because alcohol is fun?
Yes, and he is a fun guy. And
double fun.
And it's produced by
Connor,
Flying
you sounded
Lotus,
so convincing.
which is also fun.
Not according to a lot of people at the recent film festival.
Oh,
Does
shit,
anyone say about that?
Yeah, that was,
they all walked out because it was too gory.
Yeah, because there was
Wasn't it just 'cause
cum and
it's-
shit everywhere.
Yeah, mate. The thing is, that film looks fucking
is
intense.
he might as well just called it Kung Poo.
I got really confused because wasn't there that animated film or something that was like Kubo and the Two Strings
Oh, that was so
like
good.
last year? And I was like, I saw people
It's very
people
different
walk.
to Kuso.
Yeah, I was gonna say people walk out Kuso. I was like, isn't that like an animated film for kids? Like,
Mate, no one would walk out of Kubo and the Two Strings. That film is amazing. Trust
Damn.
me.
It's
I
not
went to the cinema to
Oscar
see it in
nommed or
3D.
something.
What?
I
Isn't
think
that
so.
Oscar nominated.
Yeah. For like music or something. I don't know. It was great. Anyway, getting back to Thundercat.
Yes, it's produced by Flolo, and it's 23 tracks long, so...
I thought we were banning this.
But no, I think, like, obviously there's just a ton of just 57-second tracks, and I think I think he's probably just gonna go a bit wild with it, and you know what Thundercat can be like sometimes with his cool bass.
Yeah.
I mean,
He does have a
Philo
sick
got
bass.
away with having a really
Yeah.
long album, didn't he?
That's what I was thinking last time. That last album was only like 34 minutes long or something, Flying Lotus, and it was like 19 tracks or something.
That's
And
pretty
I think
cool.
it kind
I
of
love
works because
that
it's kind of
stuff.
like they do Odyssey kind of albums, both of them.
I don't think it's going to be a Drake kind of like 20 tracks long. Every track is just a dreary mess.
Here's this OVO artist on this track.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking forward to it because I think it'll just be a fun album, and music isn't very fun at the moment. Like I said, everything's been kind of dreary the last year.
Someone didn't listen to the Chance the Rapper album.
Yeah, you were
It's literally
talking.
called Colouring Book.
Connor,
Yep.
you were talking about how albums have just been really dreary, and then you were like, "Oh, don't want to listen to Chance's album. He's too happy."
I remember you saying that as well.
It's
Find a middle ground, Connor.
it's
That's
too
what you're trying to
corny,
do, isn't it?
Yeah. Something that's fun but doesn't make me want to...
Man, do you
Yeah.
think
Throw up.
Chance's
Uplifted.
rapper, Chance the rapper is like corny? You'd flip your shit listening to J. Cole.
I've never heard one J. Cole song in my life.
Oh, mate, you know what?
He has a song about premature ejaculation.
I haven't listened to him
Nice.
because he doesn't
I'm
use
into it.
features.
I listened to an entire album at work the other day because it was on the jukebox, and I was just bored. I couldn't really.
Was it from 1949?
No, it was from 2013.
From
don't know if that's
1975.
Oh, we're talking about J. Cole. I thought you were talking
Yeah.
like an old jukebox
No, I
kind of
was
thing, like
actually-
you listening to Buddy Holly.
Well, I'm trying.
J. Cole does
Topic.
sound that dusty.
Did they even have? Did they even
His
have
music's
albums
so
back in the
boring,
50s?
and he raps about jizz. That's why he's named
Oh.
J. Cole. It stands for jizz.
Jesus.
Yeah, nothing about J. Cole seems worth pursuing.
Fuck
Okay.
J. Cole. Was it J. Cole that had like no features on his album?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
Yeah, and then
That's
it
the
went
meme.
platinum. Ha ha, come.
and it's like people won't let that go either. Didn't Complex
J.
do like a
Cole.
list of here's a list of features on J. Cole's new album, and it was just an empty
Just an
page.
empty.
It was
Yeah.
an empty page. Yeah, and you know what?
Oh.
Nice meme.
The only thing that was funny about that was that they were right. There was no features on the album.
You should
Because they
collab.
didn't
See
even know
Bandcamp.
that at the time.
You should
Bandcamp
collab
did
with
that, but funnier about Donald Trump. They did a great list of all the Bandcamp artists playing Donald Trump's inauguration.
I saw a thing that was like, oh, Donald
No,
Trump and Kanye West are going to make an album together and they're going to do alt-right beam.
Well, that'll only be the fourth album then that Kanye's working on right now.
Okay, that's a nice segue into my second one, Kanye.
Which Kanye album you excited for?
TurboGrafx, whatever. I don't know. Whatever he does next, it's gonna come out.
TurboGrafx 16.
I'm not convinced he's gonna release an album this year.
Why is that, Connor? Do you have insight?
I'm his mate, and
well, he said he was going to release that album last year.
Yeah. That's why it's called TurboGrafx 16, wasn't it?
Remember how long we were waiting for? What's it called?
Upgrade it.
Last album, Life of Pablo.
T-Lop.
He was talking about it like straight after Yeezus, wasn't he?
It was still only about a year, though, wasn't it?
No, it was like.
No, because he initially called it "So Help Me God," and then he only announced
Swish.
it properly.
Swish.
Yeah, and then that. He initially announced it. I think after the Brits, didn't he, or around that time?
No, I think it's like end of 2014.
Okay, well, I don't. Was it that long?
Yeah,
he released.
After Yeezus, they were talking about like extra Yeezus tracks and stuff.
Yeah, well, that always happens. It was Rick Rubin being like, "I cut the album in half, and you're never gonna hear them."
He's a shit.
He's a little shit.
He was cool back when he did Slayer, but now he's just a waste man.
Yeah, but Slayer aren't cool anymore, so
that's true.
It's only that one guy, apparently.
Slayer haven't been cool for 30 years now, so.
Mate, Slayer got cool again when Justin Bieber wore their t-shirt. I don't know if it was
very true.
But there's a load of teenage girls and shit walking around with Slayer t-shirts that I think is fucking great. Like, they don't look like they like Slayer at all, and it's making Slayer fans mad.
Do you want to hear a funny story about Slayer fans? Yes.
Not sure. Give me a preamble and I'll see.
Well, basically, I once told a Slayer fan that they hadn't really released anything relevant since about 1988, and I got put in a headlock and punched. So I think that kind of...
You're right, it was a funny story. It ended in violence.
Classic Slayer fan.
Classic Rich story.
Slayer! Slayer! Oh, that's why I don't go to bloody metal festivals anymore.
Anyway, back to Kanye.
We went from Kanye to Slayer. That
was a sick detour.
Right,
that was a sick detour.
We got mad skills to derail everything.
Christ.
So why are you excited for Kanye's Turbo?
Mate, it's Kanye. It's Kanye, isn't it? I'm obviously going to be excited about everything he does. Like literally everything he's released, apart from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, has been like amazing for me. Everything. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm just excited. To be honest, I'm just excited because he's gonna go fucking ham. He's gonna be just going fucking crazy. I can't wait to just put bets on the stupid things he's gonna be doing in anticipation of the album.
Well, the thing is, it's right. So 2017, Donald Trump is president. Kanye's been seen pictured with him. Like, I don't know, he's gone into hospital and stuff. Like, some mad shit's going on, and all of that's gonna make for some just next level music. He's gonna be pushing more. I
wonder if there'll be like a presidential endorsement.
I think he's gonna be pushing more buttons than boundaries.
Yeah, either way, I like seeing people get mad. That's my favourite part about Kanye's music. It makes so many people mad.
It's true.
It's true. I just love seeing people getting really pissy about Kanye on social media. It's always really egotistical people that I know in person, and I'm just like, he's such an egotist. He thinks he's so great, and then you're like, you know what? So do you. And most people that complain about him fucking are exactly like that.
It's really weird the way they talk about him, like he's the most generic, like kind of like top 40 artist ever, and he's like he's like
so far from that.
Like he's like the biggest cause of like bland top 40 radio type shit.
Like, I think they're still like on Good Life Kanye. Yeah. I don't think they've noticed that he's done other stuff since.
Good Life was a banger.
Like musically, Good Life is a banger.
Great song.
Yeah. Josh, what's another one of your albums?
I picked Big Sean. I decided, which is out a week today.
I'm not sure any of us would be in agreement.
No, I'm definitely not excited for Big Sean.
Was he the guy that was in like the water balloon accident?
That was DJ.
Oh, was it? No. DJ
Oh
Khan.
no!
Wait, no,
Oh,
you're
no.
not thinking of Sean Kingston, are you?
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. I remember some seriously. I was at music college then, and I remember some seriously edgy things that day. Some serious edge. Cut myself.
Beautiful Girl
Okay.
by Big Sean.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was a banger though, to be fair.
Sean Kingston is big, and Big Sean is. Big Sean,
I can
so-
see where
Well,
you
yeah,
got
he's
confused,
got big in his
Rich.
name, mate.
Exactly.
Maybe they should
exactly.
swap names.
Okay, so why are you looking forward to the new Sean Kingston album, Josh?
I think Big Sean is in an
Wait,
interesting
he's not
position.
dead, is he? Sorry, he's not dead, is he?
No.
Okay, good.
You-
I would have felt bad if he
Carry
was.
on being excited for
You've
his
managed
album.
not to desecrate on someone's dead self. Yeah, that's okay. I think Big Sean's in kind of an interesting position at the minute because, as we're all on collective agreement, Drake did not do very good on views. And I always
Right.
feel like Big Sean kind of gets, throughout all his career, has kind of been compared and kind of shadowed by Drake. Just with everything, like I think they're both kind of corny is one thing, but
That's what I was about to say.
yeah,
Yeah,
they've
very
both got that
corny.
kind of soft rapper thing, I guess.
Oh God.
But I think Big Sean has been improving. I think Dark Sky Paradise was a step in the right direction. After Hall of
Shout
Fame,
out my
which was
boy
kind
HK.
of Hall of Fame kind of felt like he was trying to do what Drake did on Take Care, but then just had none of the kind of songs or singles to go with it. Like it was just kind of artistic for the sake
He
of
did
artistic.
still Janae Aiko though.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, take that L, Drake.
Take no L's. But the songs that he's released so far have been pretty good. Bounce Back, I think, is a really good radio single, and I think it's his like highest commercial song as well. It's like at number 15 on Billboard or something, which
Oh,
is kind of interesting.
congratulations.
Yeah, well done, Mr. Sean. Sean Don.
Congratulations.
That wasn't
Yeah.
enthusiastic, Rich.
No.
And like the producers so far, like Metro Boomin produced Bounce Back. It kind of seems like he's gone out of his kind of comfort zone because like a lot of the producers that he worked with are like Key Wayne and Detail, I think No ID and stuff like that haven't cropped up yet. Like, so I'm just interested to see what he does. I think, as I say, out of all of us, I'm the one that likes Big Sean the most.
Yeah.
I've never really been on board with him since Cruel Summer. His dumbass lines on that.
What
But
are you
his
talking about?
dumbass
The
lines are
ones
what
on
make him
Mercy?
so great.
That one about rolling weed on an ashtray.
Oh my god, that was his best line.
That's one of his best verses.
Ass quake, ass
Ass
shake,
Ass
ass
State.
tray, ass tate. Oh, honest to God, like I love those bars. They're
Pure
great.
genius.
I think you just like ass, Nath.
Mm,
I love
Can
bums.
confirm. Who
yeah,
doesn't
bums
know?
are cool, but I mean the bars.
Bums are
were
cool,
good.
bars are better. What a
You
line.
can quote me on that one. You can
That's
quote
going on a
me on that
t-shirt,
one.
mate.
Damn. But yeah, Big Sean's never really interested me, apart from that one line. But like that was like, oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna go listen to better people now, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? That's always been the way for me, because it is that whole kind of corny thing. I can't get along with Drake. I'm sure, as you all know by now. Big Sean's kind of a similar thing for
Yeah,
me.
Drake's kind
Yeah.
of inoffensively corny though, where Big Sean's just really fucking stupid.
He's a magician, mate.
He was part of my favorite Instagram like exchange ever, though.
Oh yeah.
Like, you remember,
Oh,
we
what?
were
Talking
standing-
about Detroit,
So
Sean.
Ariana
Yeah.
Grande's dad.
Ariana Grande's dad. That D better be Detroit, Sean. Oh man, they looked weird together, didn't they? Oh, I'm glad that's over.
Wow, wishing.
Yeah, now
I'm
she's
happy-
with the kid from Home Alone.
Oh, for real.
Big Sean for Mac. Was that Mac Miller?
Mac Miller,
It's
yeah.
Mac
Big
Miller.
Sean for Mac Miller. What a trade-off.
That's not a good trade. Mac Miller is lame.
Mac Miller has a song called Donald Trump. Makes you think.
Conscious rap, mate. Conscious rap.
Christ.
Jesus. Who's next? Joe, I'll go back to you.
Oh, excellent.
Brockhampton.
No,
'cause
that
I-
was,
Yeah.
that wasn't
Was
him.
it not?
That
You
wasn't
just
me.
assumed. Joe is
Was it not?
Brockhampton guy.
Dylan Brady.
It was Josh who said Brockhampton. I just agreed that it was exciting.
Oh, mate. Well, we'll go back to you for Dylan Brady then, I guess.
Oh, sick. That's me.
Brockhampton's
No, I'm not
album,
Dylan Brady.
All American Trash, was fucking great. I really
All American Trash was great.
Maybe
but
we
let's
should
talk
talk
about
about,
Dylan
let's
Brady.
just
So
talk about
much.
Brockhampton.
We may as well.
Fuck Dylan Brady. Let's go. Nah, come on. Dylan Brady's a cool guy too. Let's talk about that guy.
That's true.
What's he doing and when?
Well, he's been working on his new album like since before he released an EP last year. He released Choker, which I liked, but I didn't think it was as interesting as his debut album.
That sounds like a
Ole.
Tumblr album. Choker.
Yeah, well, he wears chokers.
Yeah, that's cool. I guess.
They're pretty in
How
trend
old is
right
he?
now.
They are pretty trendy.
How old is he though? Is he like 30?
He's not 30.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. He's got long hair. He reminds me of David Spade in that
Oh,
Kevin
God.
James movie.
That is an
What's it
awful
called?
thing to say.
It's just the hair, like the long hair.
I'm trying to count all
Anyway.
the
I'm not
things
sure I
that might
trust-
potentially be libelous that we've said throughout this.
Oh,
Quite a
it's
few
okay.
things.
No one's gonna care
No
that we
one's,
say
no one's
these things.
listening.
As long as it goes on SoundCloud, no one's gonna know.
Damn.
But yeah,
What if we blow
back
up?
to...
We're going to be like XXX Tentacion.
Ooh,
Oh no, that guy's trash.
fuck that guy, man.
I don't
Is
know.
that actually how you say his name?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Tentacion. It's a Spanish thing.
XXX
I know-
Tentacion's a fuck, mate.
Yeah, but you're just bitter.
What?
So
Yeah, it's
David
true.
Spade's new album.
I didn't have $250 to give him.
Is it David Spade? Is that the guy?
No, it's Dylan Brady.
No, I mean. Oh, whatever. Right, yeah, Dylan Brady. What's
Yeah, I'm
going
really
on?
excited for David Spade's new album.
What-
No, Dylan. Yeah, I thought that his last EP is interesting because the lead single was really good. Coming Down, I thought that was a really cool song. Kind of showed that he was getting better at writing songs and he wasn't depending on features and anymore as much. But his debut album, All I Ever Wanted, was like, I still don't think there's anything that sounds particularly like it. It's so weird and minimal. Like, he uses very heavy bass and these weird kind of whistly synthesizers that glide along the tracks and everything. And his vocals are cool, but his production is like the real draw there, I think.
Yeah.
And Choker was kind of the opposite, where the vocals were the drawer, because the production was obviously very good and probably better than you'd hear on most albums and everything, but it wasn't quite as inventive. So I'm kind of hoping that his next album is a good kind of middle ground between the two, you know, like really cool pop songwriting, but with his unique, weird style.
He definitely has like a sort of unique thing, like, you know, them ones where it's like, oh, okay, I can tell that this is that guy. I think with Dylan Brady,
well,
it's a similar thing.
as soon as you hear his production, like, you can tell, oh, like, this is that dude, because he's got those really heavy bass hits that I think if you copy it, you're basically just infringing at that point.
That's like on what's it, the banger, is it Gold Teeth?
Gold Teeth, yes.
Yeah,
The bass on that is ridiculous.
I love that. Like, it's so heavy, and it samples that kid from YouTube. That honestly, that is the most
darkness.
interesting sample I've ever come across. Like, I love that sample. What a guy.
Just across that album, there's so many weird little samples and stuff like that. He samples Barbie Girl and Enya on the same song.
Oh my god.
That album's a trip. But yeah, I've heard previews of his album. He's like Snapchatted it and, you know, like put it on Instagram briefly.
Sounding good.
And it's sounding good. Like, he's very much inspired by more abstract music at the moment. So if he combines that with pop songwriting, I think he's probably gonna release something even better than his debut.
For sure.
Cool.
I like the whole, like, taking pop music and, you know, like making
it weird,
like really distorting it so it's like almost unrecognizable. He does that really well.
Like the body.
The body.
The body.
What's
the
that?
body.
Oh, the album that's like
the album.
"Let Me Die Here" or some shit. What's it called?
Oh no,
Leave Me to Die Here.
We Shall Die Here. That was a spooky album. Now their newer
Yeah.
ones.
Spooky.
Spooky as fuck, mate. I mean, have you ever tried to like drink a cup of coffee and then listen to that? It just is terrifying. It's one of the most. It's one of the scariest things.
I don't drink coffee.
I
or
don't.
listen
I
to
don't
the
drink
album.
caffeinated beverages because that alone scares me. I can't deal with caffeine. So
Shout out.
no.
Shout out caffeine. Shout out caffeinophobia.
We
It's
at
a real
UTM do not
affliction.
endorse caffeine
I do.
No caffeine.
in
Get
any
your
way.
goddamn
Drugs.
caffeine out here.
Kids and
can-
drugs.
Can we now go on to Brockhampton?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Because I like those guys. And that was that album, All American Trash?
That was fucking great.
It was a mixtape technically,
was-
but
Yeah, come
Get
on.
it right.
It worked. It worked. It worked
Stop being
like an album.
pedantic.
It functioned
That-
like pretty much like an album. I'd say it was more of an album than a mixtape because of how
That shit-
it segued together.
Nah. It's definitely a mixtape.
Mixtape,
Like
yeah.
the songs like go into each other,
I think it's a
Yeah,
playlist.
it's a mixtape.
and like
Come
the
on.
songs will cut off, and they'll be like
Yeah,
half
yeah.
as long as they're supposed to be, and stuff like that. It's very sketchy, in a good way.
But
There's-
that was the only mixtape, I guess, if you're being pedantic, that I still want to listen to every day. Like
I just want to
I've
listen
not
to
I've,
Palace.
I've still not. Yeah, Palace is
Palace
like
is amazing.
this is good.
but there's like literally every track on that is like incredible. Like, and it took me like 2 listens to like fully understand like all of the tracks and whatnot. But when I got
There's-
around to it, I was like, oh damn, this is like something special to me
Hmm.
personally. But I didn't know they were coming out with like new stuff.
When's my man Joba gonna put out a solo album?
Well,
Maybe this year as well.
You're
who
probably
knows?
Oh, wait,
qualified
no,
to answer
shit.
that.
Where,
Yeah, no, I
mate,
am qualified to answer that. He's putting out an album this year as well. So's Matt Champion.
Well, there
Yeah,
you
but what
There we
about Rodney Smoothbackton?
go. Radney Smoothbackton.
Okay.
What the fuck is a Scotland? Yeah, that skit as well. That was funny. I like that.
That was a skit that was actually hilarious.
That's not happened in a very long time. But yeah, whose was this? Was this Josh's? I
It was
feel like I've
mine.
taken
Yeah, it
this
was.
for myself. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, no, I pretty much echo a lot of those sentiments. I'm just excited to see where they all go next.
Mm.
They're all very. It sounds really cliche and cheesy to say, but they're all very young and they can literally do whatever the fuck they want. Because
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see
how
how they kind of go into an album instead of a mixtape. Because
Well,
Like-
it might be a mix. Maybe Joe will know. It probably is a mixtape rather than an album again. I would assume.
I haven't heard anything. I haven't talked to them in a while, but I would assume it's. Well, it depends really, but I'm honestly leaning towards it being a mixtape.
what,
Yeah.
what if it's a playlist?
Either way,
But
Oh yeah, what if it's more live? It's gonna be a playlist, bro.
Oh god, yeah, like obviously they put out that song "Cannon," well, like like a snippet of it, and it's got this kind of like G-funk vibe to it, which is really cool.
ooh,
It's nice to
You've
hear
not said that.
Kevin rapping again as well.
Yeah,
yeah, I miss Kevin rapping.
Although that's not to take away from American Boyfriend at all.
No,
but-
not
American
at all.
Boyfriend
That
was incredible.
yes.
and like the production value on the album, I'd love to see that like happen on the mixtape, like for them to
Yeah.
up it
Mm.
even more. Like
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
really awesome. So, yeah,
These guys are going places.
indeed.
Connor, what was your other one?
Saint Vincent.
St. Vincent, yeah, but you said TBA,
Because-
and you weren't
Saint
confident.
Vincent,
Has-
is she
no,
coming
no,
out
no.
with Astro Boy?
There we go.
Yes.
We've come full
She
circle.
is releasing an album in spring, I believe.
Spring. That's not that
Yes.
far away.
Yes.
So-
So I guess it'll be announced fairly soon. Hopefully.
Mm.
Yeah, well, album announces are kind of like quick turnarounds most of
Yeah.
the time now.
Yeah.
What's she been doing since that album that I didn't really care
She's
for?
just done like a film or something.
Yeah,
she-
I think she's been
well,
starting.
Was it like a
acting and
horror
what-
film or something?
Something
no,
like
there's
that.
this horror film and it's an anthology film. She directed one of the segments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it her that
Uh,
got married?
I don't
No.
think so.
Ah,
She put out a
that
sick
one.
guitar.
I think you're confusing her with
Yeah,
someone
like
else.
for boobs and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it's like what's the word? And not anthropomorphic. That's not it. at all.
Anthropomorphic
Are you a
guitar.
furry?
Oh my
Absolutely
god.
not.
The guitar with breasts, I guess.
No, it was like more room for breasts because a lot of guitars don't factor that in.
I know she appeared on
Makes
like,
sense.
was it like Guitar World or something? In like a
Yeah.
t-shirt that was like a, you know,
A
like
bikini
a
top,
bikini
yeah.
top. Yeah, it's just kind of mocking them for just like every time they had a woman on it, it was just like a half like a woman in panties with a
Yeah,
guitar.
look, she can make rock music, isn't
It
that
wa- no, it
cool?
wa- it was-
Oh wait, it's not cool enough. She's in a bikini.
It wasn't even that. It was just a model holding a guitar or something.
Yeah.
What?
I'm kind of glad guitar music is kind of dying a death at the moment.
Because
Well, don't say that as we're talking about Saint Vincent.
Guitars
Guitar-
are really cool, but
guitar-driven-
people who
Guitar-driven
play them
music,
are
I
not.
should say. Guitar-driven music.
Anyway,
I think
here's
it works
Wonderwall.
much better as a harmonic.
I really like guitars making like kind of more of a presence known in different music, you know, rather than just rock
Yeah.
music,
Mm.
because
Yeah.
it's popping up in
guitars are cool for melody, but when you start being like a little
very cool for
solo
melody.
shit, it's just lame.
I don't know, mate.
I love
I don't know,
wanky
mate.
solos.
Yeah,
Wanky.
you obviously haven't listened to fucking Banger 18. You fucking
Banger
pleb.
18 by Megadeth
Yeah,
is a
I've
banger.
Listen to Muse; they're really good at guitar solos.
Oh my god, yeah, I feel violated after that. That was too close to the mic.
I only move away to breathe. Vintage.
Yeah, St. Vincent.
Yeah, her last album was like actually the first I'd listened to, but it was really cool. I don't know what to expect from this one, but that's kind of what I'm excited to hear. She did
Is that
say
the
it's-
one with like birth and reverse on and stuff? What was
Yeah.
it called?
Digital Witness. Yeah.
Digital. Yeah.
yeah,
What was it
that
called?
was one of those songs we all kept singing. What was it called? It was called Saint Vincent, wasn't it?
I don't think
Oh,
we
yeah,
even sang
yeah,
it.
yeah.
We just did the instrumental
Perm,
with our
perm.
mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick.
She did say it's going to be quite political though, which is a bit. Sometimes
See,
politics and music is kind of lame sometimes.
I think
Yeah,
with
it
someone
can
like
be.
St. Vincent, though, I think it might be somewhat more
Yeah,
allegorical. She's
she-
not literally going to be like the fucking Clash or something. There'll be much.
my
there'll be
God.
much more sort of subtle. There'll be much more.
Well-
the Clash is a terrible example.
Political music is like really interesting because most of the time people when they're trying to be political, like they'll just be like Absol, where he's like, what if Donald Trump was Illuminati? Makes you really think, huh?
Third eye,
And
third
then
eye,
there's,
third
like-
eye.
Yeah, and then there's like political music that is speaking more on abstract terms and not naming names and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
You know,
I
kind
feel
of
like St. Vincent would gravitate toward that.
yeah,
approach.
yeah.
I think it'll translate more into her music, so it might just be like,
Yeah.
well, angry music.
Yeah, like the
Just
sounds of
yeah.
rather than lyrical. Just
Yeah.
I
yeah.
hate the government. Get
Yeah.
off my property.
Well, you know, like LP's music always used to be very
Yeah.
politically charged, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
never
yeah.
like, haha, fuck George W. Bush.
It was so like
Top sentiment, to be fair.
like even lyrically it was like really abstract. I mean, half the time I had to go on Rap Genius to find out what the fuck he was saying anyway.
I remember you being really
Talk
angry.
about
'cause-
Star Wars and- yeah.
Someone fuck it. Like I'm like, oh, shit, I need to go because it sounds sick. But and then I go on whatever site to find out what he's saying, and I'm like, oh damn, that's the government. Sick. He's being political. It was one of them ones. It was, you know what I mean? But I think Servants could do a similar thing, but with guitars instead.
I think it's just bad when it's really overt and they're like,
Yeah,
fuck,
definitely.
basically just fuck Donald Trump.
What do you think about the new Gorillaz song then?
That's my next thing. So
Let's
I'll
shuffle over
take
to there.
that one.
Yeah.
Shuffle over.
To the
Yeah,
Gorillaz.
I liked it. Like I don't know who that guy is that's featured on it. Like I have no idea who he
Benjamin
is, but-
Clementine?
Yeah, but his
I've
his
heard of it.
voice was just.
He has an amazing voice.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
his
that's what I'm
voice
saying,
a
like-
lot. That was cool.
But like that was a whole political thing, like money and shit. But like that was cool. But I'm not really looking to Gorillaz to make that kind of political music. Do you know what I mean?
Well, they've always
Like-
made kind of politically charged music. It's just been less overt, I guess.
Even the
That's what I
last,
mean. I don't want it to be that overt.
I don't think it will
The reason
be.
why I think this was so overt was because of the timing of it.
Yeah, I don't feel like that. I feel like that was kind of like a teaser track rather than a single. That's why I feel like a lot of people got mad and annoyed with like, why does the Gorillaz suck? Is because they're expecting, I don't know.
Those people.
Why were they being political?
Clint Eastwood Part 2.
Yeah.
Mate,
What?
that is a banger. Get Del the Funky Homo Sapien back.
Nah, you can't even remember his lines for that song.
Wait, I've seen him perform it live. He does.
Yeah,
I've seen him perform it live
Wasn't
with
it
James.
at South by Southwest or something that he forgot the lines?
I don't know.
He
I
might
saw,
have had like
somewhere.
a prompt track or something.
I saw him perform it at Glastonbury with Jamie Cullum doing the
oh my
Milbarn
god,
bit.
no. So, I'm looking forward to the Gorillaz album because that was my first into hip hop. Like that, I heard, what is it? November Has Come with MF Doom, and I was like, oh, this is cool. This is like something that. Yeah, this guy's saying some weird stuff and he's rapping, it's real slow, but it's moving along, and I was like, damn, hip-hop is a thing that I'm going to get into now, so I'm grateful to Gorillaz for that, and I'm always going to look forward to their albums, because they always have, like, good features on,
It'll be
like, from the first, second, third, what?
It'll be interesting to see who they get this time because hip hop's completely changed since their last album.
I
That
think
is
they're
true.
going to go a bit weird.
I think they're going to go a bit weird.
Bets on Lil Yachty being on the album.
Wasn't Vic Mensa recording with them?
Oh yeah.
He was, and that's kind of annoying, because
Wow,
he's kind of trash.
Vic meant to put out some good songs last year.
Okay,
Like what?
let's move on.
16 Shots.
16 Shots was really good, actually.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
It's just that
but
it's really annoying when it's like paired with his really obnoxious stuff.
I think the last one I heard was one of the ones with a meme title. I can't remember what it was.
Was it the is it You Mad?
No, it's that.
Oh,
it was
You
after
Mad,
You Mad.
huh?
No Chill.
Oh,
might have
You
been
Mad.
No Chill, yeah.
Ooh.
I like those songs.
Just in.
Oh, You Mad is like 5 minutes long.
Okay, it's a bit long,
Why?
but it's still.
That
It's got
period-
stock Logic Pro horn sounds on it. Come on.
Oh.
I'm about that.
I want hip hop to get over this like 5 minute long, 6 minute long banger that just doesn't need to be that long.
Yeah, fuck off, Bad and Bougie.
Why is that so?
Whoa.
Why does that need?
That song
Don't
is
insult
double the
Bad and
length
Bougie.
it needs to be.
I will not take Migos' desecration on their holy day in which they have released Culture to the world.
What about Lil
Have you
Uzi?
listened to Culture?
I have indeed. That's good.
Mm.
DJ Khaled has added fuckboy into his lexicon.
Well
Oh.
done.
Yeah, go DJ Khaled,
Thanks,
I guess.
thanks
Best
for
song on that
catching up.
album's T-shirt.
Cool.
Cool.
Who else had an album left?
Rich.
I've lost track. Rich, yeah. You talk about Pharmacon. Put you on the spot there, didn't I?
So it turns out Rich had gone to the toilet at this point, and none of us realised. So we're going to have a cut here, and Rich is going to come back and tell us about Pharmacon, and hopefully not refer to her as his waifu this time.
But yeah, okay, so Contact marks the 10-year anniversary of Pharmacon. It's
That's
kind of
press
come
release,
from
bro.
her. Yeah, I am reading the press release. Not gonna lie. But no, it's about. Apparently, it's an album about trance, and not about sort of transcendence shit.
Yeah, like we were saying, fugue states and shit. I don't
Yeah.
like
I
when you
can
just
kinda
zone out
see-
kind of thing.
Listening to the first track, it definitely sounds like Pharmacon. It's kind of distorted. There's a lot of power electronics. It's almost black metal-y. But it does sound
I'm in.
quite distinctive. It's kind of very. It's still abrasive, but there's sort of a new. I can't really put my finger on what it is, but there's a lot more synths, I guess. There's a lot more like synth experimentation and whatnot going on.
Wait, so when's this out?
This is out in March, I believe. March 31st, yeah, and it's on Sacred Bones. It's on David Lynch's record label, which is going to be
David
David
Lynch
Spade.
owns Sacred Bones?
Yeah,
David Spade.
No, he doesn't.
I swear he does. Wait, where did I read this then?
He
Well,
put
he did
out a
something
record on them.
Oh, did he? Ah, okay. Well, that
Founder
goes.
is apparently called Caleb. That's not David.
Caleb.
Oh shit.
No, Caleb.
Oh, is it?
Oh shit.
I
Well, they've
thought
done
you were
stuff-
Live
being-
fact
right.
checking without the monitors.
Nah, it's definitely Caleb.
That's no good.
But if you read it fast, it can be Celeb too.
Celeb. Sick. How about Joe's third album, which I forgot again? Sorry,
Mount
Joe.
Erie, wasn't it?
Mount Erie.
Mount Erie. There you go. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
So we mentioned before it was going to be sad.
Well, last year his wife he revealed last year that his wife had been diagnosed with cancer,
Yeah.
and he launched a campaign like on, I think it was GoFundMe, to just help get support, because if in case you didn't know, American healthcare system is fucked. It's bad.
Insight.
Bad. So he recorded an album in the room where she died with the instruments that she used to make music with, as a way to kind of, mourn her. And being a single father after she passed away earlier last year, he in the track he released for it, he kind of described how the feeling, how his brain kind of reacted to the death and kind of shut down, for lack of a better term. He I think he describes on Real Death about how a week after she died, he answered the door to find some post that was addressed to his wife, that was a backpack for their daughter, who is only 1 year old, but it was a backpack for her to take to her first day at school. And he says that it's like, she was clearly planning for a future that she knew she wasn't going to be a part of. And yeah, very, very sad, but
Just
also
admit
very
it.
profound, because it's very
That's
rare
really
that
personal.
people super personal, which he's never
Yeah.
really been overtly personal. He's been very private, I feel,
Yeah.
with a lot of this material, where this is like, he's almost self-critical about the fact that he's making art regarding the mourning process. He even says in like the song, it's not for making art about, it's not for singing about, it's dumb, but it's
Yeah.
his way of coping with such a awful thing to happen to him,
I think that's a that's a pretty brave thing to do, to put out like an album and about that's so personal. Like if I was a musician, I wouldn't be able to do that at all. That would be my own sort of private thing. But like for him to share that and for us to be able to hear it, and that's like just an extra sort of dimension of understanding on a record. That's rare. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's
Yeah, I think it's really brave, and also it's very interesting as a listener, because he's never been this upfront before at all. Like, he's always spoken in kind of like cryptic language and everything, whereas this is just so blunt. And the opening line of the song is "Death is real," and it is kind of about coping with the fact that life continues after death.
Yeah, that's a weird feeling. I imagine. I don't think I've had anyone that close to me die. But yeah, that's man. Shout out Phil Elverum for putting that out.
He's also like my favorite lyricist, so I think that for him to be tackling something like this is quite well. It's something that I'm looking forward to listening to,
Yeah,
even if it's going to be very difficult and challenging to listen to at the same time.
yeah, that is true. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. I don't know. Like if something's that sad, like it sounds really, really intriguing, but I don't know if I'll be able to actually listen. Like I hate crying. I don't want to do it. Do you know what I mean?
I struggle with breakup albums, so this is gonna be too sad for me.
Yeah, I like.
Jesus.
So people rarely discuss like actual death in music a lot of the time. So for someone to talk about death in this way is just really bizarre. And I know I share that sentiment of like I don't like making like things making me cry.
Yeah.
But it happens. Like sometimes I think my favorite art is stuff that has affected me that way, because I feel like unless it's manipulated me, then the reason I reacted that way is because it touched me.
Yeah.
So it's like at the same time I hate it, but I also love it. So
that's very true.
Connor, would you say like a similar thing about like The Last of Us? Not The Last of Us, The Last Guardian, the other last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I
It makes it
Last
feel
of Us
very
is kinda
personal.
similar though.
fucking love albums that make me cry, or even games. Firewatch. I'm going completely off topic here, but
Please,
Firewatch.
no spoilers. I still ain't played it. I paid £15 for it. Still ain't played it.
All I'm going to say is
Such
that
an idiot.
it had me in fucking tears, and that was only the first half hour.
I think
I have never,
that game
I have never
opens
cried
with a
at
gut
video
punch.
game before, but holy fucking shit! Like that, it was. Shout out whoever wrote that game, because that was masterful.
Loads of
Talking
people
about-
hated the writing in that game because of other reasons, but that's for another
Why?
discussion.
no
Well,
spoilers.
yeah,
Which
I guess
talking
we'll
of,
get
speaking
into that on
of,
video games.
yeah, we've got another discussion, part 2, numero dos of this podcast. Music's cool and all, but video games are great too. So, yeah,
Video games, main steez.
if you want to hear us talk about that, if you enjoyed this one, you want to hear us talk about video games, you can go on to the next part. Part 2. Was that dumb? Shall I do that again?
I think you
think
should leave that
it's-
all in,
I think,
especially
yeah.
the part where you ask, is that dumb?
Dumb.
Josh, help me out on
Just
this
an
one. These
insight
guys are
into our
idiots.
beautiful.
Mate,
composition
I did
structure.
fucking podcasts. I'm sorry, I did podcasts for fucking 6 months.
What?
I made like a lot of podcasts. I
Then
did
why
a lot
can't
of
we
stuff.
hear you?
Congratulations. Fucking burn.